I can't wait to talk about this one. And spoiler warning, there is no diamond. The movie's just rough.
You have now joined the It Couple Podcast Show. Let me introduce our hosts, Laura and Xavier.
Hello, everyone. This is Laura here.
And this is Xavier, and we also brought Alley Cat back in.
Hi, guys.
So, of course, we've seen Aladdin. I put a little
The live action one.
live action one, yes. And hope you like the little intro thing we did there. It's kind of trying to polish things up. Also, just to give everyone a heads up who is listening, I'm going to start putting some of these recordings first up on YouTube, so it breaks up the way we kind of have it on our channel. Yes, we do have a YouTube. It does exist. So if just in case you want to, you can find us there. We may add some more content in the future, but that's not happening now. But please remember to if you like us, you've been listening to us for a while, go ahead, click that follow button, that share button, that whatever button that you want to.
Subscribe.
Exactly. Gotta get us growing. Gotta get us growing again. All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
So, to start us off, what do you think? Where should we start off on this movie?
The beginning?
All right. Take us to the beginning.
Well, if you've seen the animated version of it, they kind of fast forward through a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I think.
Oh wait, are we doing spoilers on this?
Yes.
Okay, so spoiler warning.
In fact, I think it's kind of important to say this. Aladdin came out a long time ago, and like the Batman series, if you somehow avoided or didn't hear some version of it by now, I guess bravo, you are a rare being.
Well, I mean, Disney even took it from the fairy tale or whatever. So it's been around even longer than Disney's version. Okay.
Oh, yes. Sorry, this is me talking to Alley Cat. She seems to be frantically going crazy over here. Okay, what do you want to say?
I was taking it back because I was raising my hand to also say spoiler warning, but they took that back.
Oh, okay. So yes, but it's an old. This is a story that's been old and around for a very long time,
yes.
Repopularized, and we're back at it again. So okay, so what should you prepare for when you come to see this movie? I think the best way is, like you said, it's the same movie you saw from Disney, just a bit fast forward, some remixes. Getting into the beginning area, we find ourselves on a boat.
Yep.
And of course on that boat is your Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, Will Smith.
And I can say for Will Smith, I don't think that he was the big problem of the movie. What did you think, Alley Cat, of Will Smith? You know who Will
genie.
Smith is? He's the genie.
I know. You told me this like 1,000 times.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna tell the audience now.
Okay, so I think he's good.
That works.
He was good.
From a young lady's perspective, do you think that this is something that had deeper meaning?
What in the world does that mean?
Okay, never mind.
I'm just a child, you know.
Oh, okay, whatever. We're not gonna get much out of her for this one. Okay, but so we know that he's good. I can actually say I agree with that. He is good in his role in this.
Not great, but not bad.
Exactly.
I think he was amazing.
There were moments where I was just like, no, that probably wasn't a good idea. A couple songs where like he just, these songs
he's
are
no replacement.
Yeah, these songs are like belting kind of more, I guess, Broadway classical kind of songs, in their style, and he can't sing that. But he did a lot better when they changed up the beat and made it a little bit more
him.
Yeah.
In fact, it felt like it was really good at his style. The opening part from the first movie, you remember the beginning movie, there's that weird street vendor guy who's sitting there. This you don't see him after the movie. He's just there for the intro of the movie. He's kind of playing that part. It feels a little campy though, like kind of like a Disney special.
I was fine with it. Like, I kind of liked that take that they put on it. That starting at the end and he tells the story kind of thing.
And he's telling it to little kids, so like, hey, this is our actual target demographic. These little tiny kids. They were, I think, a little younger than you there, Alley Cat. Yes.
But
I don't even know why you said that because I'm very confused.
we may be going above your head on a lot of these on here because we saw this when we were kids and then we grew up and now we have very strong opinions and maybe later on you'll grow to have those strong opinions too.
No, right now it is confusing because all of you are talking about something and I'm not sure what are you talking about anymore because you were talking about
the beginning of the movie.
Okay, but I know you were talking about the beginning, but what part of the beginning? Are you talking about Will Smith anymore? Or are you talking about
when they were
Aladdin?
on the boat?
Yeah, we're trying to answer the question. Yeah, yes, Will Smith when he's on the boat. How was that scene? You saw the original Aladdin as well.
The animated one.
Do you remember the guy who sells stuff? I guess.
Yeah,
yes,
it was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. She might not remember it. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single thing.
Okay, so how was the singing? He goes out, he starts busting some lyrics, he starts singing. How did that work? That was pretty cool. You like it? Would you play that over and over again?
Some of the songs?
With that song specifically?
The one he started off with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then we went from the boat and we went
right into Agrabah.
Yeah. And I mean like fast forward through Agrabah. Like,
yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, like from the other movie, it felt like they were really skipping some other parts to add in their own.
Yeah, you know that
parts.
whole Jasmine at the fountain setting the birds free as a metaphor, while she's talking to Raja and stuff. Yep, no, that didn't happen.
Yes.
We saw them at there and like Raja was always my favorite character. And Raja looks a little like odd in
the
this.
pets are pets in this movie. The pets are pets. They're
yeah,
just pets.
they really aren't the like their own.
Abu has the most character.
Yeah,
as the monkey.
And the flying carpet had a lot of character in this one too.
Actually, Abu with the flying carpet.
Yeah,
that was a better pairing than Aladdin.
All right, go ahead, Alley Cat.
Who is?
Abu is the monkey.
No, not Abu. The other name you said.
Raj is the tiger.
Yeah.
I was not sure. I was curious if it was the bird or the tiger.
It's okay. They're not that memorable at all. Iago is like
the bird. They just called the bird in the Aladdin line.
Yes.
That was it. That was the name of the bird.
So it may not even be Iago. It's just the bird.
Yeah, it was just the bird.
Yeah, and you remember how? And oh my goodness, how powerful a character the bird was.
Iago, he was his own character.
In the previous film, Jafar was very powerful. Before we started this, there was like an opening scene where there's the cave and there's Jafar, and you see them kind of looking real menacing, and as he has this guy who's like getting this piece of the scarab on there. It's just it's just a very powerful scene that shows off his character to do some character building.
Yeah, the Jafar in this was he wasn't bad.
Maybe I could have played Jafar.
Yeah. I don't know. He didn't seem like an overly like bad guy, just kind of like a sleazy con man.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't blame the actors in this. I think the actors should have done way better. They could have really turned this into something special. Yes, Alley Cat.
Did we talk something about them that was good at least now?
Hey, we'll go ahead. Okay, well, let's leave Agrabah and kind of call on the timeline for a second.
Smack him down.
What's the good thing you want to talk about? What you to talk about?
How did you like the movie overall?
That's for the end. That's for the end. We want to save that one for
we're segmenting it. So what we're doing,
but I think we give people a hint.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're starting at the beginning and we're kind of going through the movie in segments.
What is your favorite part?
Not yet. We're gonna go back into the end. Those are the end questions. Yeah, those are the end questions. We're gonna go scene by scene.
Who's your favorite character?
Who's my favorite character? Oh, you know what? I can answer that. I feel like it's early on. We haven't got to the genie, so give me a minute and I'll tell you my favorite character. Okay, so we're in Agrabah. All of a sudden, Princess Jasmine's already there. It feels like we just been fast forward and we missed a lot of things. If you're an audience member who's seen the movie before, you feel like you just missed a lot. And why are we here already? Type of a scene. He's jumping through the city. There was that slow motion part where he was like,
yeah, it was really weird when he was running. When Aladdin was running from the guards, like they had some weird slow mo motions. You noticed it too, Alley Cat? Yeah, it was really odd.
Yes, like kind of picture the Matrix with the happy face.
Yeah,
like it's just
it was a little odd. odd.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was okay with the action scenes. I mean, the slow motion part not that great.
I'm not sure if you could call that an action scene, really.
I'm not sure what else you're supposed to call it.
I guess
it was not a well thought out plan. But I can say for some of the moves, the guy who plays Aladdin does a really good job. He
was fine.
He did a really good job with this. He's acrobatic. He can move.
He can dance. He showed that off a few times.
Oh yeah. So I feel like, man, he does have potential here. They're just not showing it.
And he was a better singer than you know.
yeah. That's a low bar, but you know what? Yeah, he is a better singer. So I think that there are
better singer than who?
With the genie.
The genie, yeah.
Oh.
You got
how didn't I get that?
The Prince of Bel-Air. I'm sorry. Genie from the Lamp. Is just
Prince of Bel-Air.
You know, he's good at what he's good at. But then again, you don't have to be a good singer to make it work.
Yeah, and when he was trying, not trying to sing it right, and instead acting it or like just having fun with it, he was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Like there were moments like, okay, so my favorite
we're skipping to the genie though, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
But
My favorite song has always been the where they're bringing Prince Ali and they're bringing him into the
Kingdom.
into the kingdom to show him off, to Jasmine and stuff like that. And that's always been my favorite song.
The Prince Ali.
Yep. Anyhow, so when it first started off, I was going like, oh God, but then he started having fun, like maybe halfway through, and I started having fun watching him.
There was a number before that. I mean, let's go and fast forward, kind of like the movie fast forward.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they're in Agrabah. He's being chased. He has Jasmine. Jasmine them kind of shows some kind of liking. He goes back and visits Jasmine, gets caught, and then gets brought to the cave that's already up and running. It's not crawling from the dirt. It's just,
I know.
it's a literal
does
mountain.
Everybody know that this cave is here?
Yeah, and I would encourage someone go back and take a look at it. The mountain, I mean the lion statue guy moves his mouth in the animated series, and it's amazing then because it's like, oh, this is amazing 3D. It's not aged well, but that for the time that was amazing 3D. Here now in 2019, we have amazing 3D, and they chose not to animate the lion with the awesome tunnel mouth that leads you to a pivotal moment to change the story.
Yeah, I mean we're in an area where magic obviously exists. So why can't the Cave of Wonders, have the moving and stuff like that? It doesn't have to be all realistic. I mean, we got genies and sorcerers and crap going on.
I mean, go into the fantasy. This is Disney. What do you think of? Hey, Alley Cat, you're young. You. This is now part of your childhood. You and your films from our films. We've enjoyed the Disney classics when we were growing up, while you've been enjoying Avengers and DC films. Spider-Man, yes. What did you think of the Cave of Wonders? Did it look wonderful to you? Would you go to that cave if you had the chance?
If I was the person that was allowed to go in there and it wouldn't just shut on me.
Okay.
Yeah, but we never saw that. We never saw the whole it shutting on the person who wasn't acceptable.
Yeah, but in the cartoon we did. I feel like they were trying to be more kid friendly than a cartoon.
I kept trying to figure out what happened to the person who wasn't acceptable.
Yeah, we even saw a skeleton. I think in the previous. This is me going back in my memory. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe after Aladdin walks in, there's a couple skeletons there.
I don't remember.
Yeah, there is. I think,
in the animated.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no. In this one, the new one.
I don't remember seeing any of
That's
that.
That's probably because of how many people they kept putting in. See if they can go in and grab the lamp and give it to them.
I'm gonna take that with because I know you very well with a grain of salt, a little Salt Bay. I'm gonna take that because I feel like I want to go back and see that. Now I'm not saying I'm not believing you, but I'm not saying I'm believing you. But I'll take it with a grain of salt. I think I would to look back at the movie again. Then again, it's not that bad. Okay, you finally get to the number. Genie comes out. And of course, we all see not the most memeable. We have had a lot of memes in 2019 already. But one very memeable moment, and that's when you see the big blue man group kind of walking towards you.
Yeah, I mean, when he was really big, like it was actually kind of funny because do you remember what you said to me, Alec, at when Genie first popped out of there? Do you remember who he looked like?
He looked like Jon Snow.
No,
You look like Jon Snow.
You don't even know
how
who
does
that
Jon?
is.
Oh wait.
I mean, not
This is
Jon
the first.
Snow.
So wait. You're saying the
Wait,
Genie?
no. I mean, no. Never mind. I took that back.
No, we don't. We do not show her
Anyhow.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no. Anyhow, no, that she
What
said.
is Game of Thrones?
She said, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
She said he looks like Thanos.
Oh, right. I forgot about it. I said that.
Yeah. Let's get
Because
these
of-
peaks.
Oh, because of that he had those weird bracelet things that were gold, like
Yeah.
the gauntlet.
So yeah, no, when Genie was in like really big Genie mode, it wasn't so bad. But yeah, when he got into like the smaller version, like it was rough.
Actually, no. I find it the reverse. I think that when he was actually a smaller self, that he was able to be himself more. Which that part I was okay with.
I mean the CGI.
Oh, you mean the CGI Genie version, not
Yes.
the CGI human
yeah,
Genie
yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Okay, that made sense. So yeah, well, actually that scene where everybody's kind of like, that's some bad looking CGI, and I agree that it does not convert well with people's opinions, their perspectives. That's the truth of it. It just did not look good.
Yeah.
I don't think that was as big of a problem as we thought.
It looked as strange when it was Will Smith's face on the Genie as when the Genie would like put Aladdin's face on himself, kind of thing. Like it was just.
Let's get one more comment.
It was
out
really
there.
fake.
Yeah, one more comment out there. It does seem funny when you have Will Smith and someone else's body just put on top. We've watched the Hulk.
And then
we've seen the Hulk. We've seen the real recent Hulk where they look close the same, and we don't have that same issue. I think I left it outside somewhere. But we've seen the Hulk, and that didn't come off weird, and that's a very similar structure. It just this one, there's a few things that just gonna look very odd with it. But moving on, we've come there. We're going now to the celebration, getting to the second number, which is not as great as the original.
Oh, the one where they're in the cave?
Yes.
Yeah, the Friend Like Me.
Oh, no, Friend Like Me was great. I think that one was better.
That one was fine. I was fine with it.
Not better, but I enjoyed it. It's like apples and oranges.
I mean, pretty much they did exactly what they did in the original.
Yeah, NXT said some of the same lines. They try to make it their own, but they did do one thing. If I had to compare Beauty and the Beast, they brought the energy. There was a table scene in Beauty and the Beast, and I don't think they really brought enough. Here, they did fill it with a lot of animation, a lot of pop, a lot of action.
Now that you brought that up, though, they did the Beast CGI better than the Genie.
Yes, you're right. Hair, teeth, eyes, and all this other craziness. More
but you
variables.
can still see the actor in there.
Yes, it did look better. And I could definitely say that. Well, I feel like I'm bashing the 3D so much on it because I think it's very easy to bash. It's not the problem with the film. It really isn't. Well, give me 1 second here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, if you've made it this far, then you might as well just like, share, and subscribe to us. And, make sure you stay up to date and go look back at all the things we've done because we've been doing this for a year now and we got like over 50 episodes now.
Over 50 episodes, yes.
Yep,
Going close to 60.
So, listen to the rest of this and then, make sure you go do that.
Hey, search us on your social media pages. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for some reason, and even YouTube. And we're actually putting our content on YouTube probably a little earlier than some of our shows, but still kind of encourage the numbers to go up. So please do like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for rocking with us. Now,
Back to our show.
yes. And we're back. Hope you liked the little commercial. Okay, so we're back. We're over in Agrabah again.
Well, we're at the Cave of Wonders still.
Cave of Wonders. Oh yes, we're in the Cave of Wonders. And
So what did you think of the sly maneuver of how they did the whole where Aladdin made his wish to escape, but didn't make a wish.
I think the way they did it in the animated series is a little bit more obvious. It still worked, I think.
Yeah, I think I liked the animated version better, where he was kind of like, well, let me see, and kind of like a mind.
Exactly, the facial expressions were there.
Where this one was, it was a slick hand maneuver kind of thing. I don't know.
They did added a touch to rub the lamp, and I thought that's kind of weird that you're adding rubbing the lamp for each wish, which before you just said it. Which, it was weird changes like that. Like, rubbing the lamp is now important when wishing. Like, this does change a dynamic for all Genie movies moving forward, because, you rub it to get the genie out, then you make your wish.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I think in a way, I'm not sure if it was a good idea to do that, because it does feel like a cheap way to make a transition that you couldn't think of any other way to do it. Like, I know
copying the animated.
Yeah, so like it feels like they made a role for him. I don't think the execution is that bad. It just feels like weak writing. I just had to say it that way. It feels like weak writing. They kind of written themselves out of one scene, and now he has to rub the lamp through the entire movie every time he makes a wish. It's just past that part, he finally makes a wish because he gonna get put in that position to confirm about moving forward to become a prince.
Yeah.
I like that part because that was actually a little bit expanded from what the animated movie was.
Yeah, it wasn't just make me a prince. He was like, well, make me a prince could poof, here we go. There,
exactly. There's a lot of gray area there.
Yeah, so. I did like that aspect of it, where it's more of a they be careful how you say what you wish for, because it could be construed a different way, and they use it at the end of it, and to get after Jafar. So it's like, well, it makes sense. They're kind of preparing you for that.
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Yes, exactly. So that was okay. There were throughout this whole movie, there were some things that they did. When they tried to make their own thing and not even really thinking about what the animated version
it
had,
seemed like they were on beat. They were on beat on something.
But when they were trying to find a way to copy but not totally copy the animated version, it got a little odd.
And there's
fit.
There's some moments in there where I felt like if they just sat on there a little bit, I want to do a comparison to the Minions movie with Gru and his brother, which I know it's still a better movie. I would say that movie's still better, which is not saying much. But with that situation, there was many times in that movie where he finds his brother. Let's have a emotional moment that should happen. There's a moment with him and his grandma talking about she liked the brother more, and the other brother had the same situation with his grandfather or father. Let's make that a moment. There's the moment with the wife, and this movie here had some of those moments where it was like, let's make this a moment. Don't just move on to the next. And a lot of times, what it felt like is to move on to skip past that emotional. Oh, here comes the dry period. Let's just copy whatever the movie said. Let's say a line for the movie and move on. Like, wait, no. And it felt like there was a lot of those scenes felt so rushed. Like, they didn't
one of the ones that we didn't mention when Aladdin is watching one of the princes go to meet Jasmine. There's that whole you were born a street rat, you'll die a street rat, and only the fleas will mourn you. And the way that the dude did it was like, I had more emotion in the part I just did than he did.
Yeah, this is how the movie did it. You were born a street rat, you will die a street rat, and you will always be a street rat. Bye, street rat.
Yes, it was really like...
And it wasn't even the prince that did it. It was the prince in the movie.
It was like a guard or something.
Yeah, he fell in the mud. It was like a huge scene. Just imagine there's anybody in the scene. You see this guy, he's some hoity-toity guy, he falls in the mud, you laugh at him like, you're this, you're that. It's so much expression, so much, you can read from that. It tells a story that you'll lean over to. Like this, let's say Jeff Bezos fell off a horse and fell in the mud and he started, complaining at some homeless guy. Yeah. But, the way they did it, it was a guard that was just clearly on his horse, had no problem. He just, almost hit a kid and then just kind of went, actually, it wasn't even almost hit a kid. It was gently walking his horse. It wasn't even that, they did nothing to kind of drive that. Like, it doesn't sound good in a story at all. Like, why'd you add this? Why'd you make this a moment? And it's just like, so dry. So very dry.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, moving on. He goes in, and this part we should talk about. Because, I kind of was absent at this point because you liked that song so much and you had so much hope, and apparently it fell apart, and Xavier missed that part of the song. So I didn't see that part.
Yep, because there was a little someone who had to use the restroom.
Yes. So explain to me what happened there.
With the, well, I mean, it pretty much is what you think. You could even watch a clip of it online. But yeah, I mean, he has this whole progression into Agrabah as Prince Ali, and I mean, they did well. I think they followed kind of what the animated version did. They still made it theatrical. It was still this huge, big hurrah. Maybe a little bit less so because you didn't have like that. They had that pyramid in the animated version. Do you remember where they had they had the, I don't know, where there was the elephants and then the rhinos, and there was just like a whole bunch of, I don't know.
There was a whole bunch of stuff. That's about the best way to say it.
So,
there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did well. There was parts of it where I was like, no, that doesn't sound that great. But then there were parts like he did I think where he rubs his shoulders thing. That's a Fresh Prince thing, right?
Yeah. Well, that's being fresh thing. I think
okay.
You brush your shoulders off,
Yeah, well, he did that, and I thought it was like a throwback or something to his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air days or something. I wasn't sure if that was something.
No,
he did.
That's just trying your best to be cool.
Okay.
I typically still brush my shoulders. I get old, and I'm just trying to I still got it. I still look good. It's just
okay.
And that's something else separate entirely. Anyway, I finally came back into the theater after rescuing my daughter from her bladder.
Yes.
And so I kind of walk in a little after, I guess, a very cringy moment of him talking about jams.
Oh, yeah, that was really weird. So pretty much he was trying to, he might look like a prince and everybody thinks he's a prince, but he doesn't know anything about being a prince. And there's certain decorum that comes with it. And so it was very cringy watching him go through. It was supposed to be like a funny moment, but it just was like very cringy.
And this, the funny thing is, I saw like the tail end of it, but it still kind of paints out a different picture from this Aladdin, from this current Aladdin, from the past Aladdin. The past Aladdin, when he had that scene, and it was supposed to be awkward too, but it was awkward because he was trying to apply so much swagger that she just saw right through it, like, oh no.
Yeah, this one, he literally insulted her multiple times.
Like, I didn't mean that. No, I didn't mean that. Like, the other one is like, well, I am a prince now. That was the previous one. Is like, at that smug look, which I prefer the smug. I miss the smug Aladdin.
The things that Aladdin said in the live version, that would warrant like slap to the face kind of stuff.
Oh, especially when you have Daddy right next to it.
Right?
But in the previous movie, Daddy was okay with it. Oh, look at this. He looks he's acting just like a prince. He's all smug. Oh yes, I'm high. I'm a high. I'm not a prince, so I don't know.
Where this one was like obvious that this guy didn't even know what the heck he was doing.
Yeah, it just
Even the genie was like cringing next to him, going like, "Oh no, stop!"
Which I was enjoying his reaction because he was mirroring our reaction.
Yes.
Like maybe this was him acting. Will Smith does seem to act like Will Smith in most of his movies. So I feel like maybe he was just like, dude, is this what they really told you to do? Like this is bad. Like this is like I don't know, just do something else. They're going to keep recording anyway.
I will say that the actor definitely went full throttle with it. Like,
he went full, what do you call it? Anxious, full anxious boy, anxious teenager, that weird guy. Oh, will you go out with me?
Yeah, right? Except he was being like really rude in a way. Like,
and it puts everybody off. It just
like, and if Jasmine is really as smart as they're trying to make us think that she is in this movie, then she would be like throwing this guy to the curve.
Let's talk about Jasmine, by the way.
Yeah, we haven't really brought her up yet.
well, for the most of the movie, I think this is a good point to put her in. We've talked about her kind of moving around and stuff like that, and they did kind of introduce her character, which the way they did it, I think I complained about this in the middle of the movie when we were sitting there, is I wasn't really that happy of how they kind of threw it. I do like her character. I just wish they had worked harder on introducing that part of her character that was separate. So we got to see more of Jasmine here.
Well, I think out of all of them, she was the best at the acting of her character.
Yes. Will Smith included. She beat Will Smith.
Yeah. I think she did the best acting with her character. So, like, I watched her and I believed that she was Jasmine.
Yeah.
But some of the character decisions that were writing, not her side, her thing, but probably the writers or the director or whoever, I don't know. But yeah, some of it was a little, I guess, odd choice. But I don't know. I liked her the best. Yeah, she was my favorite character out of all of them.
My one complaint about like the way they kind of introduced it is it felt like the story, the direction was like, this is going to be female empowerment. But
yeah, it's kind of the thing right now.
Exactly. But I do feel her character kind of triumphant and just kind of took it as, well, okay, if you want female empowerment, this is how a female would do it in. This is how they would kind of say it in. I want to be Sultan. This was different from the previous movie of I don't want to marry or I'm not second sure of her goal. But that's how little we knew of Jasmine from the previous film. Where here, I want to be Sultan. She had a clear goal. She kind of wanted to go at it. She's been reading.
Yeah, I mean, all we knew about Jasmine was pretty much in this movie is that she wanted to be Sultan, which I thought was a really interesting take on it. Because, the animated versions of all the princesses, they're kind of notorious for being these, like, weak female, I need a man to save me kind of thing. So I like that they're trying to make her, a strong female.
To compare it to Batman, they're like Batman in the most of the films. Batman can be played by anybody. You got to have a really good villain. And that's how they kind of treat their princesses, like they're Batmans. They're just, how Batman acts. He's Batman. You know how our princess acts. Everybody else has to be really good. The bad guy has to be awesome. The main guy who's not the princess has to be awesome. Everybody has to be awesome. The same way in the Batman films. Princesses are like Batmans, which I think is a very nice and inclusive comparison. But yeah, I enjoyed her character a lot.
So as far as like chemistry, so like Aladdin and Jasmine had good chemistry, but honestly, I think the ones that had the best chemistry were Aladdin and the genie.
I actually know. I think the best chemistry has to be Abu and the rug. I bought that friendship more than Aladdin. Like you and Aladdin are cool, but you're like, hey Aladdin, you gonna have a good time. Me and the rug are gonna go to a bar. Like it seems like they were more buddy with no ability to speak words. Yeah. It just they're animated.
I can see that. Yeah,
good job on the animation crew on kind of this making that happen. Like you really did kind of shine there. I mean, you did shine. The one thing I want to say is the chemistry between Aladdin and Jasmine. Mm-hmm. If I had to compare both the films, I think both of them work. I think the animated one definitely does work better. Even though the princess may not have much character, you do feel like there's those moments when they look into each other and they get all starry-eyed and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of that wow moment, literally where where Aladdin's saying wow when she walks in the room. Here it just doesn't work it well because Aladdin doesn't have swagger in this movie, and it comes this weird kind of like bumping into someone. Oh, excuse me. Oh, this it doesn't create chemistry. It just create this awkwardness. It's not as cute.
Obviously, Jasmine likes the awkwardness.
Apparently, she wants to be the leader, and I need an awkward husband. This is what is this your plan? Is this how we got together? You're like, I need this awkward Xavier husband guy. This is perfect.
You're not awkward.
Oh, right. Good save. I am the swagger at Aladdin. Okay.
Your dance moves when we first met were so much better than Aladdin's dance moves.
He still did a backflip though. I'm a little jealous of that. I couldn't do a backflip. Oh yeah, by the way, there was a dance scene where hip hop was definitely introduced, mixed with Bollywood.
Yeah, I thought that was I loved that because I love Bollywood, movies and dancing and that whole thing and stuff. So I really like that they brought that in, and the actress who plays Jasmine obviously knows how to dance Bollywood because she did some moves in there that I've seen. I don't know if she's from India or what.
I don't know, and I'm not going to look it up. but here's the thing I do want to get your specific opinion on. You have watched several films, non-English, and gone to the theaters and stuff like that, which is not what most people do. They don't go to the theaters to watch foreign films.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you've gone multiple times. Yeah. What was that one movie you went?
Padmavati. I might be butchering the name.
Yes.
Padmavat? I don't know.
No, I'm saying yes, you're butchering the name.
I'm sure I am. I'm white.
Yes, but okay, can you compare, if you had to give this dance a rating after what you've seen, because you have some experience here, what do you say? How was the dancing?
Well, compared to the dancing that was in the Padmavat movie, it wasn't quite up to that par. I mean, I've shown you the dancing. That was pretty impressive.
I go back and watch some of those scenes. They're good.
They did some I will say Jasmine, I think, could probably keep up with the dancing in that movie, the Padmavat movie that I saw. But yeah, Aladdin, not quite. He reminds me of Lin-Manuel from from Hamilton, and most people would know him from. I haven't seen him in Hamilton. I have not seen Hamilton. I want to, but I haven't. Anyhow, so but he's from the Mary Poppins, the more recent one.
Yes.
The lamplighter guy.
Yes, who did? I think he did a better Cockney voice. We did do a review on that.
I feel like yes, we did. Yeah, but I feel like him and Aladdin are like. They're so much alike. The actor that plays Aladdin.
That's a really good comparison. I didn't really think about it, but Lin-Manuel and Aladdin both could have actually played. Yeah, I would prefer Lin-Manuel. but
yeah, but he's Hispanic or Puerto Rican.
But I don't know.
I'm not sure that would mix very well with the Indian.
No, then again, I think it could have been bad because I think this would have hurt Lin-Manuel. But still, at the end of the day. I'm not getting to my.
Aladdin did fine. The actor who played Aladdin did fine. Yeah. So, but there were a lot of times where I was like watching the dance scenes, going like, man, it's like he dances a lot like the Lin-Manuel guy did in Mary Poppins and stuff. So it was like, I noticed it while we were watching, and I thought it was kind of interesting. But either way, so yeah, I thought it was good. I like that they put those dance moves into there because that's not something the animated version had.
It did have dancing, but it didn't. It didn't highlight
not like that. Yeah,
it didn't highlight it.
And we had a couple of highlighted dance scenes that happened. So I liked that aspect of it.
After that, we didn't get to the next staple of Aladdin, which is on posters, and it was on posters before this movie, and that is what we call when they're on a carpet ride, a whole new world.
Yep, that's what it's called.
I have my gripes with it. I do think they did a good job singing.
That was fine. Yeah. I mean, they did really well. They harmonized very well together. Aladdin's, with his voice is good, better than Will Smith's, but not quite as strong as as Jasmine's singing was.
Yes.
But they did really well working together. So it was very believable. I liked the song.
And the long story short, what we're saying is Jasmine's going to wear the pants. She has to.
Well, she wants to be Sultan,
Exactly.
So
yeah. It's my gripe on it wasn't like the performance of it. It wasn't the graphics, the 3D. It wasn't like the song itself or the singing. I can get past a lot of that. My one unforgivable, I just have a hard time forgiving is I'm gonna say it again, Disney. This is Disney. Where was the vibrance, the color in that scene? I mean, Jasmine was wearing like this teal green, very bright colored dress.
Oh, well, that's because that's, you remember her wearing that in the animated version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was their take on that.
Well, yeah, I was fine with that, but why not?
I actually liked her pinkish dress that she was wearing before. I don't remember when she was wearing it, but she wore this like pinkish dress that I'm
really not commenting on the dress.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, but not her dress. What I'm saying is that they could have pulled more color. From the original Carpet Ride song, there was oranges, bright oranges. There were bright blues. There were skylights and everything. And this scene, they could have done everything else, but just put more, I don't know, Instagram filters or something. And crank up the saturation level. It just didn't feel like as magical of a moment. It felt so close to realistic that it felt a little dull. Like it could have been more than what it was. Still good, just Didn't have that vibrance. Anyway, so tell me about that dress now.
I did. I said it. I liked it.
Anyway, so after that scene, anything more you want to say about that, or we just kind of covered it?
We covered it.
It's a good
We're
scene.
good.
We passed. It passed. It's not the problem with the movie. After that, shortly after, Jafar steps in, aka anybody who could have played that guy. I really missed that. I guess that long chin look.
Yeah, I mean, I like the aspect that they brought into it with Jafar, that, you know, he was also a thief.
Yes, yeah.
I did like that. And I think that he did fine. I don't mind the actor so much. I think he acted well. I just don't think he was necessarily right for this part.
He also could have played Aladdin.
Yeah, he probably could have done Aladdin better.
Yeah, and
Well, it depends on whether he
people
could
calling him
sing.
Hot Jafar too.
I know.
which I'm not sure if I was that actor.
Until
like,
he speaks.
you may fit.
He has like this weird squeaky kind of
Oh my goodness,
voice.
that cackle! He actually know like the evil cackle. If you listen to Jafar's old previous movies, he has a deep register.
Yeah.
And he can hit those high evil notes. And as I just showed, as I go into eventually trying to become a voice actor for maybe a few things, maybe one or two things myself, but he has that deep register, like when he's talking to someone really low, and then he can just crank it up to like, I now have the lamp. And this guy, he only has that high register.
Yep.
It's hard to, it felt like at any moment that Jafar could have been like, okay, Aladdin, I see the light. I want to be good now. And I would have bought it. And we'll attack the evil Jasmine as she tries to become Sultan and take over.
I will say,
Agrabah.
though, when he became a sorcerer, that was some cool powers.
Yes, and timely use.
And his genie looked so much better than Will Smith's genie. What's up with that?
You know what? That's right. Maybe that's that little bold bossness.
Maybe the red worked better with him than the blue on Will Smith.
I kind of missed the red. I wanted the red. Wait a second. Then was he blue the entire time from? I guess he was.
No, he was red. Ooh, what are you talking about?
No, Will Smith when he became Jafar's genie. I thought there was a scene like where he turned red too. I'm guessing I'm mixing the two. Jafar turned red.
Yes.
He was always blue.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he does his when he did the dead thing, he was green, and so he will change his color a little bit.
Oh yeah, to play along, yeah, but he's primarily always blue.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, when he took control of him, he became that over dominating that kind of evil version of the genie.
Yep.
Kind of, but doing it regretfully, was showing those emotions, and same as Robin Williams did when he was had to do things. He even said there was that one line, "Sorry, kid, I can't do it. He's my new master."
Yep.
And I can say I like that.
I did like the okay, so there was with the genie had a crush, I guess, on Jasmine's hand.
He skipped over that. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, it wasn't a big part of the movie, I think, but it played a vital role in the movie. So I liked when the genie, she only saw him in his human form, and then when Jafar got him and she saw him for the first time, she was doing this look at that he looks really familiar. I liked the looks that she was giving him and stuff, which I liked her character. I think she did really well.
She was
too.
oddly robotic.
She was like goofy.
She was a character.
She was definitely a character.
Yes, a character.
She had some quirks to her.
She was the missing Iago.
Yeah, right. She really was.
So I really did like that. I thought normally if a movie would do this is give a character a love interest that didn't really need one, I'd be hating it. But no, for this one, that I don't mind.
Yeah.
And seeing the chemistry between them they had stronger chemistry than Aladdin and Jasmine did to me.
Yeah.
They didn't write a carpet, but that little date thing and going back and forth and how she was actually kind of excited about it.
Well, yeah, but you saw her excitement, not necessarily his.
Good point. Yeah, there wasn't much there going on, but
so it was her that got that.
So hats off to That actress. She did awesome, though.
I don't even know the character's name. It's like Dahlia or something, I think.
Maybe. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with a strong maybe. Okay, but picking back up, Jafar comes back, finds Aladdin. He's in trouble or something like that. And you finally see that moment they were talking about before, like where I used to be a thief too. Well, I guess you saw before. He did like take something out of his pocket before.
Yeah.
Pickpockets the lamp. Gets Genie.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting scene where, like, they did the slow mo and it's like, I mean, I thought it was cute. It was a little over dramatic probably, but it was still, I liked it. The sly maneuver that we watched him do.
Yeah, and it did show a different perspective the movie did of just like that moment
because they never really showed us watching Aladdin do that. Like Abu was the one that kept taking everything.
Yeah.
So really we never really saw Aladdin do the pickpocketing.
Aladdin is just a really good parkour. Like,
yeah. He was. And but yeah, where Jafar, we actually watched him, do the maneuver and sly pickpocket, thing like that. So
yeah, so I don't know.
What is it with all these people who know how to pickpocket, putting things in bags that are easy to pickpocket out of?
I'm almost more interested in see Jafar, the prequel movie, and see how that panned out. Would pan out?
That would be interesting.
Of how he became, and like that one line he says, like, still Apple, you're a thief. Still a country, you're a statesman.
Yeah.
Big words, good line.
Yeah.
For a character that we've been.
Yeah,
bashing.
I think that would be very interesting to see a prequel to that. Yeah, because he talked about like he had to go to like some kind of jail for 5 years. He was saying something about it, and I don't know, some other things that he had to do.
How did he befriend the Sultan?
Yeah, right.
How does the?
I don't know if he befriended him. He has that whole like where he can like make you
but how
whatever.
did that plan out?
Yeah, how did he become a sorcerer or whatever?
Yeah, he went from thief to sorcery.
Yeah.
So like there's interesting stuff between that, whether it's jammed in or not. Putting that together would made a different story. Mm-hmm. So yeah, start a GoFundMe page. No.
Jafar.
It's Disney. They have
Make
the money.
Jafar the movie.
Yeah, Jafar the movie.
Well, come on. I mean, they've done like Maleficent and stuff like that. Why not do Jafar?
And even though not everybody loves Maleficent, it's still good.
It's a good movie. I don't mind it. I'm not sure about this Maleficent too, because it almost looks like a rehash of one, but whatever. Anyhow, so where are we at now? Okay. I guess we're nearing the end.
Yeah, we're nearing the end. Jafar has that. He gets the guard, and you finally find there's a character that you were watching the entire time that you didn't know was a character, and that was one of those the main guard.
Oh yeah.
And he has this moment where they don't follow him, and they try to continue on with their true sultan. So even though he did this, he gave the wish to become sultan. It still didn't work. People were still loyal to their true sultan. They had that moment, which I think was pretty good. Yep. Then was jammed in a song.
The Speechless song?
Yeah.
The Jasmine song? Yeah, they do that because, so they do all the original songs and then they add a new song. And I like that they gave Jasmine the new song. They do that to qualify for awards and things like that or whatever for a new song. But I like that they gave Jasmine a new song, and I didn't have a problem with the new song.
Yeah, it was this one was just me. This is just my complaint. I felt like it didn't fit with the type of song that was chosen for. It felt poppy. It didn't feel like the Prince Ali. It didn't have to have that same energy, but I guess like the genre of music didn't seem to fit. It felt like a 1998.
I felt like we were
Christina
watching
Aguilera.
Yeah, I felt like we were watching a music video of her singing it. But honestly, I was fine with it.
All right, so give me 1 second here. All right.
No, she's coming in for the end.
Oh yeah, we are coming close to the end. So let's go. We'll be wrapping up. Alley Cat is back with us. So I'll go ahead and just kind of wrap this up. So we finally get to the point where Aladdin says, tricks Jafar. And, says, you'll never be the most powerful person.
And I do like that this time the genie actually knew, he was like, oh, I see what you're doing. And it came back to that how you word it thing. I want to be the most powerful being in the world. He didn't say I want to be a genie.
Exactly.
But they made him a genie because, genies... mighty power, but space.
Exactly. All cosmic power.
Yeah.
And you know, you wrap into a pretty decent end. I think a forgivable end.
Yeah.
Well, I already have my feelings on the movie, and I think we're gonna be getting there. Alley Cat, you remember the end of the movie? Oh, actually, you know what? There was one other point I wanted to just say. It's very small. He grabs the bird.
Oh yeah.
But Jafar doesn't have a connection with this bird. Animals are just animals in this movie.
Nobody has a connection with this bird.
Yeah, so this is a poor bird. It's now just stuffed in a in a cage. This isn't, you know, Iago in there. It has a character that's funny.
They literally called him the bird.
Yeah, it's just an awkward moment there. But then you get to an end, and it's okay. It wraps it up. You understand that why he's on a boat. You know, with his now, I guess, wife, fiance, or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
You know, they're married. We have
Jasmine and Aladdin get married. We watch that happen.
Yep. And
there's a dance sequence, I think, at the end too, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't that bad.
That was fine.
A celebration to the end. I don't have complaints about that.
Yep. What do you think? Alley Cat,
we want an answer.
That's it? That's all we get? Good?
People can't see your thumbs up.
Amazing!
All right. Sorry for your ears there. So, yes, this was amazing from Alley Cat.
Yeah.
But that was the ending. We're just judging. How was the movie overall? Your question brought back to you. Yes, Alley Cat, it's your time. What'd you think? Alley Cat?
Silent answer.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Okay. Yes. Please.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Headphone warning.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you back out. That's what's gonna happen. No. Anyway, so should I go? You go? Do a toss up?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, I'll go ahead and go. This movie, it was bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it like it is. This was not. You know, you have still the Disney classic. You can play it back again. I think they have an HD version of it now. It's still much better. Every scene has more thought, more emotion, little impacts there. The twist of the story is great, but it's just not as good. I think Will Smith is good at his character. He's too recent to watch the movie if you want to watch it. And
I don't know, but his scenes were some of the ones you were cringing the most at.
Yeah, I had to see it. Yeah.
So I am probably somewhere between the two. I don't think it's awesome, but I don't think it's bad. You know, I mean, I thought it was good. It was enjoyable. I walked out of there, you know, not feeling like I just wasted however long that movie was.
You saw me when you turned around and you looked at me. You saw me visibly
cringing.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen you visibly cringe before. So yeah that was quite funny.
This is the most negative scoring I've done on all of our reviews of movies.
See, I feel like this movie is one of those movies that I could buy and then I'll skip over certain parts and watch. Like, there are parts I like.
Yeah.
And then there are parts I'm perfectly fine with skipping.
There are parts I like too. At the same time, I feel like this is just a I don't know. Disney's reputation hasn't been doing well, and I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, for their live adaptions, it's fun watching them and stuff. You know, I mean, the last one that we watched was Beauty and the Beast. We skipped over Dumbo and Lion King. We just have not had any interest in seeing either of those.
Lion King hasn't come out yet,
hasn't it?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, well, Dumbo definitely we skipped over. I mean, that animated version made me cry. I can't, and I've heard really bad things about the
about the live action one.
Yeah.
Here's something funny too. I just want to throw out there. Pixar is doing very well. Pixar has been knocking it out when it comes to performing in movies.
But they haven't been doing live adaptions.
They haven't been doing live adaptions, and
since I feel like it's a different ballgame, and Disney hasn't quite figured out their formula for it.
Yeah,
you know, I they're just kind of pumping them out, knowing people will go watch them, and then that's it. And it's.
I was okay with Marvel. A lot of people didn't find Marvel that great, and character was a big problem there. I'm just wondering if that's a consistent problem. That's the main problem with Disney. If they're just not spending enough time when they make these movies on their characters, where they're trying to tell the story and not the characters with the story.
It's certainly a problem that they have, not even just in the live remakes. I mean, you know, Star Wars. That's their thing, and you know, there's been issues there. hopefully they won't have any issues with Marvel. Hopefully that's cemented itself enough that it's okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping, crossing fingers. Marvel's done very well, and I think they also have the luxury of being compared to DC. And I'm not trying to bash DC. They have been doing better. The last movie we watched was Shazam. I highly recommend you watch it. It's really fun.
And I liked Aquaman.
Aquaman was fine. He's a good fellow. I know I had that weird rating thing. I would, yeah, you're talking about a really good movie, and I can't say that most people.
Okay, the ones I like of DC are I like Wonder Woman, and I like Aquaman, and I like Shazam. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
but probably Aquaman, then Wonder Woman, then Shazam.
All right, just to finish my thought, I want to say that I think more people are gonna like Aquaman over Captain Marvel. Meanwhile, I still like Captain Marvel because I'm a strange person. But, and again, that's just what I think. Hey, Alley Cat, tell us, what did you think about, this, what you saw with the movie? Anything, what do you think about my review? I said it was a bad movie, and you're like, what do you think?
There were a few cringes.
Yes, she was very visibly cringing.
Oh, so it wasn't just
She would
me.
turn around in her seat and hide her head, and I'm like, stop it, turn around.
Yeah, we watched it to the movies. So I wasn't the only one from your perspective.
But most of the ones that she cringes at are kissing scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else? What else?
So, what is your favorite scene of the movie?
Oh, I actually do have a favorite scene. I really do. The part where they're actually out there and dancing near the end, and the part where the genie first comes out the lamp. That part that everybody's cringing at so hard. I don't think that was a bad scene. I actually enjoyed that.
When he first came out, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
When he became a little smaller, that one, I think the difference is when he's in that big hulking kind of one, he's darker.
Yeah.
But then when they bring him down to more human size, they brightened him up, and it just did not work well.
Yeah, and there's a few scenes in my mind I was thinking, Will Smith, please come out. Please come out. I need more Will Smith here to save this portion because I'm cringing so hard. Stop it. Because he would say what you as the crowd member would say in your mind. It's like, dude, come on. So those parts were my favorite scene. My favorite scene of all of them, if I had to pick one, was as soon as he came out the lamp and you got to meet this new version of the genie. I think that was my favorite part of this movie.
Now you.
Oh, my favorite scene? Oh, God.
I know you with the bad choosing. Wait, that
Bad choosing?
I don't like
bad
choosing.
choices.
No. It's her. She gets choice anxiety. There's there's so many choices, and she likes this movie. So there's probably a few ones that she thinks are good, and I'm not going to agree with. But she thinks are good, but she doesn't know which one to pick yet. So is it the Jasmine singing her song that did it for you? I know Jasmine's probably one of your favorite characters.
Yeah, I liked Jasmine in this, but I don't know. I guess maybe when they were on the carpet ride, the whole new world was probably my favorite one. I think they did that scene very well, and it went over really well. I did also like the whole procession with Prince Ali, that song too. But there was enough kind of odd moments in it that, singing wise mostly, that made me not choose that as my number one favorite. So how about you, Ellie Gat? Did you have a favorite scene?
My favorite scene is when the genie is human, and
That's a lot of different scenes.
Well, she's going to describe. She's going to describe. She's got more.
Because his last and final wish.
Okay. You like the end when
He's finally free.
Yes. Yeah. No, that was a really great scene and very emotional. I was actually very pleased with how they did that. Because I didn't like the way that they did it Robin Williams style in the animated version where he's all going crazy and his suitcase and I'm off to see the world. But this one felt more human.
Yeah, the emotion actually came out coming out from it looked like he really appreciated getting that. Like you could have anything. You're not going to get her.
He did not think that he was going to do that, and I liked that. So good.
My second choice would probably be when Yeah.
What?
When what's his name again?
Iago?
No.
Ooh, calm down. Okay.
Hey, no.
Okay. Yeah. When Aladdin.
When he was like, he was singing the, rat. What is it?
The rap.
Oh, Riff Raff, Street Rat,
Rat. Yeah.
Scoundrel. You know, that one.
Oh yes, there was.
He did kind of, yeah, they did. That was not something that they did in the animated version. They made that Riff Raff Street Rat song. He kind of had his own little song with it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I thought was good.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that scene. That was it. Okay, so let's get down to our rating system. I select the thumbs up and thumbs down, depending on what you want to go to. 2 thumbs up if you really, really liked it. 1 thumb up, or 1 thumb down, or 2 thumbs down. That's the rating scale. Alley Cat, what do you give this movie?
Not so loud.
She's thinking about it. Okay, she's putting her hand on the chin, and now your answer.
1,000 thumbs up.
No, 2 is the highest you can go.
All right, so this was 9-year-old approved, and I can definitely say that I can understand why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm just a child, so.
as I've clearly stated.
Yeah.
So, will you go next?
Okay, I'll give it 1 thumbs up.
1 thumbs up? Okay, I think that's solid. I myself am going to give it only 1 thumbs down. It doesn't deserve 2 thumbs up. My favorite scenes were done better in a previous movie with invoking everything more. So everything about this, even the parts I like, I could go see the previous and in my opinion, and have a more enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I feel like they added enough original kind of things to it that made me like, okay, well, I could watch this version of it. Yeah, there are things that obviously they did not do as well, and things that were just like carbon copying, but worse. You know, it's like
but some of the scenes I will admit that you can't get from the previous film.
Yeah.
Some of those songs, the way they changed it, remixed it, those dances.
Yeah. See, there was enough of that in there for me that I would give it a thumbs up.
All right, one more thing from Alley Cat.
My actual true answer would probably be 2.5.
Right, how many thumbs do you have?
I would have 1 thumb and 1 cut in half.
Okay, so we got a mutilating monster here. But hey, what did you guys think? Well, I've told you plenty of times about
and gals
and the ladies. Oh yes. So what did you think out there? Hey, reach out to us. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, whatever else social media. If you're listening to us on podcast on Podbean or your social platform, we also get updates there as well too. And that's
Also, if you have, I was thinking of adding something to it, but if you have a question for Alley Cat, just put like a hashtag Alley Cat, ALIKAT, and we'll make sure that she answers that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
or if you have a question for either of us, hashtag Laura or hashtag.
They don't want to hear from me.
Xavier.
They don't want to hear from me. Come on, guys. They don't want to hear anything I have to say. Well, actually, what they do.
XAVION.
They do want to hear this. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, take it easy.
Bye.
See ya.